How is everybody today? Good? Good. So thank you for coming by to see me. Today we're going to be talking about surviving and succeeding through mergers and acquisitions like a rock star. My name is Michael Mashuli. I've been a delivery consultant for over 15 years. I've worked for SMB consulting organizations and large enterprise scale consulting organizations. I'm currently the director of delivery at Binary Tree. And Binary Tree is an industry staple when it comes to migrations. So Binary Tree has migrated over 42 million users and counting. That's 7.5 million users to Office 365. Our average client size is 5,500 users, right? So a little bit bigger than the SMB there. And the other interesting point here is that we've done transformation activities at over 50% of Fortune 500 companies. So in today's presentation, we're going to be talking about the growth of M&A activity, its impact on IT teams, challenges, how to survive and succeed, and solutions that solve the M&A challenges. And I know in my experience working with my clients, I've gotten the 4 o'clock phone call to find out that something's going on, right? And it's a merger or a divestiture. I have a partial set of requirements. I don't know the players that are involved. And now my primary goal is day one gal synchronization, right? Free busy sharing, rebranding, OneDrive migration, SharePoint migration, potentially namespace changing. And if there's one thing that I would like for you guys to take away from this session today is to maybe better be able to have that conversation as it arises in your day today. And that said, merger and acquisition activity is up. It's driven by technology, and we're looking at an increase of M&A growth by, excuse me, and we're looking at an increase in M&A growth by 23% in 2008 to $3.2 trillion, right? Divestiture activity is also up, increasing by 48% since 2016. And what does it mean? So it means that there is now, and there will continue to be, adequate growing market for software and services around migration technology. So as an individual contributor, you can feel comfortable in doubling down on the mechanisms by which you migrate people, right? It's also indicating that technology is driving the technological change. So as technology continues to morph and evolve, there's going to be an ever-replenishing pool of resources to be able to structure our services organizations around or to support new features inside of our adoption services. So our customers are going to require guidance in adopting and consuming the new technology. So we can feel confident in building products and service offerings that help complement the core and hosted Microsoft stacks. And I am seeing these things every day in various different industries, healthcare, technology, and manufacturing. And I'm even seeing some companies that have entire business models based on merger or divestiture, expedient merger and divestiture activities. Some new and some repeat. And I want to say that 90 to 95% of what I'm seeing these days have some tie-in to Office 365 technologies. And that's not to negate some of the more legacy types of migrations, which are the consolidation of internal Active Directory environments. But again, the majority of what I'm seeing is to, from, and in between the cloud. And that's including cloud synchronization, cloud-to-cloud synchronization activities directly. So what are our common business scenarios? And our common business scenarios include mergers, partnerships, acquisitions, and divestitures. In mergers where two companies come to the table with an equity stake, they typically or may decide to go to a new environment or pick one of the two environments as the destination. right? Office 365 workloads may or may not be in place, and usage policies may or may not be defined. We also have distributed IT teams, and it's going to take some effort to get everybody kind of lined up and pointed in the right direction. Partnerships are different, where the two companies are coming together to pursue mutual interests. It's more of an extended coexistence scenario and requires GAL synchronization and free busy sharing. Whereas acquisitions, where somebody is ingesting the other company, is sometimes a migration into a pre-existing environment and sometimes a migration into a greenfield environment. And it typically includes a workstation, mailbox, user, shared resource, and/or application migration. And then finally, divestitures, which aren't just mergers in reverse. They're complicated, counterintuitive transactions. They include carve-outs, spin-offs, liquidations, and any combination thereof. They seldomly allow for a trust relationship and typically include a workstation, mailbox, user, and shared resource migration. So the one thing here is that the migration types are diverse, so your constraints, technical and business constraints, are going to be equally as diverse. And it's important that you identify these things early and proactively inside of the cycle so that you can start to build out a proper and positive migration perception very early on in the engagement cycle. And to survive and succeed the merger and acquisition activities, you have to manage the functionality challenges that come along with the disconnected directories, the different domains, the separate email environments. And the functionality challenges usually include interoperability with multiple local and cloud environments, resource and availability sharing, SMTP fidelity, and that's along with rebranding and namespace sharing. And when you proactively manage the remediation and mitigation of these challenges, you can have a seamless end-user migration that includes availability and resources with no loss of functionality under a unified namespace, but when not proactively managed, Mr. Murphy's going to creep in and bring us to some business challenges. And the business challenges can include day one user, end-user collaboration and barriers, leading to poor end-user adoption and satisfaction, downtime, leading to lost revenue, deadlines, leading to overtasked and under-resourced IT teams, late night and weekend requirements, project delays, and budgets and schedules. And it's not a complete list of challenges, but a failure in any one of these areas starts to erode perception. And in our industry, perception definitely is reality. So don't let the challenges get the best of you. There are requirements that you can gather. There are legwork that you can do to make these change initiatives one of your best and biggest successes. So question one, what are your day one collaboration goals? Interoperability will typically include things like sending and receiving email, finding contacts in a directory, GAL synchronization, resource sharing and namespace sharing. Doing these things right unifies disparate directories, enables the address list, the centralized address list to resolve employees on, and allows for the sharing of availability and resource. It's also step one in a multi-phase migration, and it's going to set the tone for all of your future migration activities. So if we can do this well and we can avoid any resume generating events, we're going to move on to our day plus one. And question two, what happens day plus one, right? Or what needs to get migrated? So multiple on-premise and tenant consolidation accelerators. They can enable you to move domains without downtime, migrate identities, migrate mailboxes, bidirectionally migrate your public folder data, and migrate your collaborative workloads like Teams, OneDrive for Business, SharePoint Online, and groups. And this all can foster collaboration and innovation early on in the process. And it brings us to question three. So what are your migration accelerators and how do you choose? What's going to manage the complexity of the activities and make them consumable and repeatable? What's going to provide your end users with best of class end user experience, data fidelity, migrating it completely, data security, migrating its security, along with scalability and savings, and still be flexible enough to accommodate all of your technical requirements. And how do we get there? So now we did our due diligence, we gathered our requirements, determined what our interfaces are, determined what our targets are, and now we're left with a bunch of sources on the left and a bunch of targets on the right, and how are we going to map and perform our day one collaboration goals? Now, Binary Tree offers a completely customizable suite of day one collaboration solutions, including Power 365 tenant-to-tenant, which gives you the ability to do the GAL synchronization, the namespace sharing, the rebranding, and the free busy between the tenant and local exchange. And that's with no local network connectivity between the two local environments. Power 365 Directory Sync gives you the ability to pre-stage your accounts between source and target with no LAN connectivity, including those cloud-to-cloud only scenarios, right? And again, there's no network connectivity there either between the source and local ADs. And then your Directory Sync and your Active Directory Sync Pro gives you the ability to pre-stage users between source and target Active Directories with SID history while proactively managing token bloat. We can actually clean off all legacy SIDs and do a reackle. And that allows for a future workstation and server migration. And then Notes Migrator, which gives us the ability to do our coexistence pieces with Notes, allowing for rich coexistence, including the synchronization of the Notes address book and Active Directory, and free busy sharing between the Notes mail and databases and Exchange. And that's our day one. And then inside of our day plus one, this is where the real fun starts. So now is where our accelerators actually have to port and push the data between source and target. And we're going to sit back and let the innovative technology run the migration for us. And Binary Tree's fully customizable suite of day one consolidation accelerators include Power 365 tenant-to-tenant, which gives us the ability to sync mail between source and target with unlimited passes, unlimited sizes, and unlimited archives. Okay? It also gives us the ability to switch our Outlook clients between the source and target, along with communications and rebranding and domain move functionality. Exchange Pro gives us the ability to migrate our local Exchange users to Office 365 or local to local, bidirectionally synchronize our public folder data, along with communication into self-service portal. Our Active Directory Pro application accelerator gives us the ability to stage those users while proactively managing token bloat, migrate your servers, your workstations, and your SAN, network attached storage. And then our Notes Migrator gives us the ability to migrate those Notes mail and databases to Exchange or Office 365, along with your rich coexistence functionality. So again, I want to thank you for your time today. I hope that you're a little bit better able to have that initial day one and day plus one conversation. Feel free to come see us at the booth. We're at booth 1807. We're giving away a full-size Pac-Man arcade game, and we have a couple of demos going on. Also, we have some t-shirts here. And in order to pick up one of these t-shirts, you just have to go by the booth and fill out one of these contact cards. So again, thank you so much for your time today, and please take a minute and evaluate this session. Thank you.